Good morning, everyone. Good morning, Maureen. Good morning, Jenna. Good morning, everybody in the entire freaking universe. I hope everybody is having a pleasant day so far. Do you hear birds out there? It is cold but sunny here in Maryland. As we get ready for spring. And so, getting all excited. Coming up at the end of May into June, I will be going to France. So, that is going to be exciting. And looking forward to it. And we'll be, of course, taking my French tarot deck. You know, I've got this particular deck here, which, if you've ever heard of the director Joe Dworsky, he worked with the original publisher who made this tarot deck. Oop, there we go. There we go. And he worked with them to make this particular deck. And it's out of print. And it kills me to... Good morning, Jenny. Yes, and it kills me to start using a deck that's going to be difficult to ever find again. But the colors are so bright on it. So, what are we doing today? We are checking in with the universe. We are allowing ourselves to take a breath. It is a conscious choice that says, I am going to maybe check in and see where my feet are. Roll the ankles, which really feels good on the calves. I'm going to do my butts doing the kitty dance. Checking in with the shoulders. Which reminds us to breathe. And then checking in with the neck. And then listening to the cards like they're the sounds of the ocean. And then, for me, that is my light switch that says, hey, it's time to relax. Good morning, New Zealand. Oh my gosh. So, guys, New Zealand has some amazing TV shows. So there's, of course, what we do in Shadows, which was absolutely fantastic. But oh my gosh, why am I the one with the two cops in there? I've watched the series twice, but it was a while ago. Wellington Paranormal. So I have seen that series twice, and you know, I know that New Zealand has really gotten here in America famous because of the Lord of the Rings, but my true love will come from Wellington Paranormal. Good morning, Angelina. So, if you can track down Wellington Paranormal, I think I had to go through some routes to be able to actually get to see that. But if you've seen What We Do in Shadows, the movie, you would love Wellington Paranormal. Oh man, so it's 11:18 at night, and yes. So, well, welcome, and what we do here is just again coming up on 1,000 videos. It's just each morning a reminder, an excuse for me to take a breath, and then sharing that with other people that hopefully it'll be a reminder for others. So, let's see. And as I like to say, the tarot, it's like the universe holding up a mirror and asking us, what do we see? And we use the tarot for that reflection. So, how am I going to do this? First, I'm going to start with our 3 stacks. Each one a different thread going out to the universe. It's like each one's a different thought or idea. And if we believe in a multiverse, it's like each one of these is a different path, because this stack will lead down one path, and this conversation will lead down a totally different path than this one. The question is, which string do we want to pull? And this morning, let's go with the bottom one, or what I like to think of as what's underneath that might be influencing us and we don't even realize it. So, have been sensing murders New Zealand program. I don't know. Are you suggesting one, or are you saying that about Wellington Paranormal? Because now I'm going to go back and watch it because I absolutely enjoyed it. So, with that light switch and my feet flat on the floor, I'm going to do hour, 3, and 1. And I'll flip each card over one at a time like we're reading the pages of a book. Right, flipping each one over one at a time. Here we go. And the first card, and keep in mind this is my first time using this particular deck, and our first card is the World, or what I like to think of as preparing for the end of a chapter and starting a new one. So we have different chapters in our lives. We have different volumes of books. We experience things and then we move on so that we can follow a new path. And that's what the end of the world is. It's about that transition. And so what this is going to be based on, what's going on, will be based on the next card, which is the Four of Swords. So sometimes we've gone through things. We have to go through things. There's things that we will always have to go through. Life is not always sunshine and roses. But each part of those things that we go through is a chapter in our lives. And so when we get to the Four of Swords, swords are our thoughts, our emotions, and sometimes our ideas. And one sword, great idea. 2 swords, we're balancing things out. And as I always say with fours are like 4 legs on a table. That's about stability. As we build up on the swords, it builds up on our anxieties and things like that. But when we have the World, it's about a transition. It's about something new coming along. And the 4... look at this. Doesn't this look like a boat? So imagine if this is our thoughts and our anxieties. And 4s are about stability. It's almost like we get a chance now to just rest and let our minds kind of float down the river. I mean, we'll always have something going on. But this card is that kind of mental break, especially after we have things that have been going on in our lives. And we finally turn that page. And it doesn't mean those things are all resolved. It just means that when we're sick and tired of being sick and tired, we'll take a breath and say, you know what? This chapter is going to start with. And then I got in a boat and I just floated down the river and I felt my shoulders let go. Let's see what the next card is. And it is the Knight of Swords. So, it's one of those things where we let things build up and we let things build up and we let things build up. And I tell you what, here in the United States, watching the news or listening to, reading the internets, we have a lot of stuff that's going on. And this is like one of those sick and tireds of being sick and tired things. And we can only take so much before we say, you know what? I need a break. And since it's the World card, the World card is our destiny cards. The minors, these are just day-to-day cards. So this is a reflection on what we've come through, the big things, and that need to recharge our battery so that we can get back up on the horse, just like the knight. So what is the knight? The knight is in the 15th century, the first ones that we want to send into battle. Right? So knights are the element of fire. They are our passion, our creativity, our action, and our movement. And then we have the Knight of Swords, which again are our thoughts, our ideas, and sometimes our anxiety. So the one danger with the Knight of Swords, though, is that we can start creating cycles. So it's not like a King of Swords who's, all about facts, all about seeing things the way they are. His sword may not be completely pointing straight in the air, but it's upright to show that he's clear-sighted and sees things. But the Knight of Swords, their sword is cocked at an angle, which means sometimes it's like we get a thought and we just run with it. So sometimes it's a good thing because it's like we find that positive thought when we take a break, we relax. Other times it's like, good on me, I meditated, now let's go get stressed again. Good on me, I've meditated, now let's go get stressed again. See what I did there? Good on me, now I've meditated, let's get stressed again. So, before we flip over the advice card, we're seeing this pattern where change comes when we're sick and tired of being sick and tired, or when we recognize that it's like, okay, there's some things I can't control. People, places, and things. I've tried, and I've tried. I need a break. The question is, what do we do after the break that we get? And we have the Four of Wands. So wands, like the knight, are the element of fire. Wands are our creativity, our passion, our energy, our action. And again, fours are the four legs on a table. So this is about today, about recognizing the importance of giving ourselves a break. And we do have things to do. We do have our passions. We do have our creativity. We do have our energy. And knights, when we are the knights, we can get things done. But we need to make sure that we are mentally in the right place to get things done. That we are focusing on the fours. That we are focusing on the stability and not just action for the sake of action. Right? So it's not just action for the sake of action. So, today, it's a reflection, an acknowledgement that we've gone through periods, that we've achieved some sense of normalcy, but that it's hard to maintain normalcy and stability just in regular life. And again, these are minor cards. It's not this big thing. But we need to remember the fours for the stability. So, you are welcome, Maureen and Jenna and everybody. And Melissa. Okay, so Sensing Murders is a program. I will check that out. And that also reminds me, Jen Wigmore, Gravel and Wine. I have all of her albums. And, oh my God, I love New Zealand. Jen Wigmore rocks. If anybody's looking for like a really good, fun, energetic, rocky kind of female singer, get Gravel and Wine. She's really a lot of fun. So, thank you again. Melissa, thank you for reminding me. It's like, there's those joys that help create stability. There's those joys that bring a smile to my face. Fours are about celebrating those joys. So with that, Take care, everybody. Make me hurry up and take a nap. Jenny, take a nap. Thank you all. Take care, and I will see you all again tomorrow.
Stars in the sky, cards in my hand, searching for signs, lost in the sand. Whispers of fate, echoes of dreams in the dark slate. Nothing's as it seems. Flip the cards, turn around. The stories we have found in the shadows we dance. Take a chance, take a chance. Ghostly figures, guiding light, readers and seekers in the night. Hopes and fears,